Hello, and welcome to tonight's stream. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful evening. I am tired. I accidentally laid down, and then like 3 minutes ago, I was like, "Oh, whoops! It's stream time!" So I had to get back up, and I only feel like I'm like half asleep right now. Not fully asleep, but I just. I mean, like, I don't know why it made me so tired to lay down, considering I already slept most of the day, but, like, I guess it is what it is. But yeah, I mostly slept today. It was pretty great. I got a solid somewhere between 10 and 12 hours of sleep. But, when I woke up, so I woke up to my sister knocking on my bedroom door to tell me to start waking up so that I would be ready to eat dinner at 5. So that was at 4:30 that she woke me up. So I don't get out of bed just yet. I'm on my phone, I'm checking some of my, like, notifications. And then I get a call from my manager, and I'm like, what's this? Why am I getting a call from my manager? So I answer, and I'm like, hi, what's up? And so we were supposed to have a work party in 2 weeks from today. Originally, it was scheduled for a week from today, but then it got pushed back a week. But apparently they decided that they were gonna move it back 2 weeks to today. And so I was just like, oh, really? Huh. I guess I guess that I need to get up. So I had to hurry and like get up and get ready and left between like 5:30 and 6 to, go meet up at work, and then me and my manager and then one of the others, we all rode together to go and have our work Christmas party. So, we went and we ate food, and last time we just had it like at the game shop. The owner of the game shop has a restaurant, and so we went there. This is where we went last time. But last time there was like almost nothing I would eat because I'm ridiculously picky. But so this time he said he'd order me a pizza, so I gotta have myself some Little Caesars pizza at like this really fancy, like, it's like a sushi and steak restaurant. So I eat my Little Caesars pizza there, and it was great. I also had some French fries, and I had Sprite, and it was pretty great. It was a solid little party. We just like vibed and chatted for a bit, and then it was, yeah, that was it. But definitely wasn't expecting that today, so that was a surprise. But it went pretty alright, and I got up and got ready on time, so it was all good. Although you probably would sell it. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad to hear your cards arrived safely. I always worry about like how long they're gonna take when they go internationally, and then I always worry that I'm like, what if they take so long that like we forget about them and then they don't show up? So I'm very glad that yours safely arrived and that you enjoyed the silly one. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I did today. After I got home, it was like 10. I was like, I'm gonna just lay down for a little bit. And then my body was like, guess what? Now you're sleepy. Which, yeah, no, did not make a ton of sense considering how much sleep I got last night, but it's probably just like my body being like, hey, so you didn't sleep enough like at all last week, so getting enough sleep for one night isn't gonna cut it. So I think the long story short is that I should sleep more, but it probably won't happen. A card game shop down the road. It's the first date. I went there and people were playing card games. Sounds nice. Just a nice little chill place. The first time you saw people playing there. That's cool though. Is it like a newer place, or has it been there for a while? Fell asleep before I saw Jason's visitor box. Yes, you did win. The Blaziken did it for you. It was actually really funny. There were a lot of like the same hits. Like, I kid you not, 10 of the pulls you got, Jason got the same 10. But he didn't have anything quite as spicy as the Blaziken character card. So you did in fact win I'm kind of curious to see what the Blaziken character card is at now, because yesterday, you know, it was just like skyrocketing. So let's see where it is at today. Oh, it looks like it's gone down a little bit again. It's at about 22 now. So it's gone a little bit down, but that's still a win there. There aren't a ton of listings, but there are more than 6 now. Looks like there are 18 listings now. Just a little bit more now. But yeah, that card kind of silly. Speaking of cards with crazy prices, the new Magic set comes out on Friday, and there are like barely any listings for the cards on TCG Player. So right now everything is just like ridiculously expensive. But I haven't gotten any for myself yet, but I did get to open some packs for somebody else, and I am extremely excited about it. Let me pull it up so I can show you guys what it's got. Oh, what is this doing? There we go. And I guess we'll move this a little bit so that you guys can actually see the board still. Let's see. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, a lot of these cards are really expensive at the moment. Some of them have listings as high as $80, but that's not really because it's an $80 card. I mean, people are paying almost $60 for it, but there's just like only one listing for most of the cards, which is really interesting considering we're about 4 days before the release, but it's kind of funny. Like, there are no listings left for the Ristic Study, but yeah, so not a ton of listings, but I do really like what I've seen of it so far. I'm quite excited. There's a lot of oh, excuse me. Like I said, I'm unnecessarily tired right now, but they did a lot of like anime art on some of the cards, as you can see here. But there's just some like really solid. They made a lot of new cards that are really cool, but they also reprinted some really nice stuff. Like the Trip Edition, I've wanted one of those for a while, and I think they only ever printed it once before this. Yes, an Eldritch Moon. So I was quite excited to see a new printing, and it, you know, also has like the anime art. But there's so many super playable cards and silly new like Yeti commander. This one is so funny. I really like it's like it's such a weird card, but it's funny to me. I find it incredibly entertaining. But yeah, so I'm quite looking forward to it. I plan on picking up a good few boxes. Or like there's this one. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just keep yawning. There's this one that I want for my Kalia deck because it's an angel. It looks like, when was the last time they printed it? Only ever in Dominaria, the original one. But yeah, so that was a reprint that I am quite looking forward to. Been there for a while, never just seen the Magic the Gathering. Hey, well, you know, I mean, I feel that a lot of the time we'll have people come in that are like regulars that usually come in on like certain days of the week or earlier in the day. And every once in a while they'll like come on like a Friday night or one of the nights that we have events going on, and they're just like, what's going on? We're like, we just got everybody playing Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic. Ooh, we got more V-Star Universe cards. Alright, let me pull these up so you guys can see them. Let's see, boop. Okay, where are the cards? I don't need a giant Mario Kart ad! Oh, the Mario Kart ad disappeared. That was kind of sad. Oh, is it just these energies? I should probably zoom out so I can actually tell what's going on. Oh, the table! I love it. Alright, so it's the really cool looking energies. They're so shiny. Are they like textured? They look like they have texture. I love those. That's so pretty. I love the Thievul. It's a silly Thievul. Man, this set is gonna be absolutely insane. Oh my goodness. So apparently these two are promos for the Japanese, it says. And the Deoxys? Or... Oh, no. Never mind. I think I get it now. it's the alternate art printing of a card that was a promo, I think. Because we got V-Star, Leafeon, and Glaceon, and those were both promos. And then I noticed, like, this one says Brilliant Stars. That's where we got the regular Raikou V. Suicune V, regular one, was in Evolving Skies. Okay, that makes sense now. One of the promos barrel I'm obsessed with. This set is gonna be so wonderful. I'm very excited. Oh yeah, because it just tells us where all of the cards with like the same name and abilities were printed. Oh, so this is the Fusion Strike Gladius. How fun. I love these. These are adorable. Amazing. I'm way too excited for this set. It just keeps getting better. Oh my goodness. Amazing. This one's gonna be so extremely exciting. I am quite liking what I'm seeing. Alright, let's take a minute to... Oh, what did I do? I moved the wrong thing. One moment. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick second to check orders now. See if we've got anything to open yet. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, also, I found the EV Heroes that I had. I had some, and then I put it somewhere weird, so I had to take it off the board because I thought I had put it, like, in a box over here that I couldn't get to, but I found out it was just over there, like, behind some stuff. But so I found the EV Heroes, so that's back on the board. Because I was like, huh, I should probably take this off the board until I know for sure where it is. But I know where it is now, so we're good. We've got the EV Heroes back on the board. Alrighty, just checking orders. And trying to, like, I'm like way too sleepy right now. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have streamed tonight, but I did kind of want to stream. I'm just sleepy. For no good reason. No good reason at all. But it's fine. It's all good. It probably won't be a super long stream, but it's fine. Should be fine. And then I don't know that I'll be doing a stream tomorrow, but probably Thursday and Saturday will be my other streams this week. Saturday, hopefully with a lot of the new Magic set. I'm really excited to open some. I should show you guys some more of the art in it. Like, it's seriously gonna be so pretty. Move that back up. I just want to see the cards right there. There's also this silly new, like, rabbit commander thing that's kind of funny. We got this guy that's good for, like, krakens. We like silly kraken stuff. There's the monkey. I kind of want to build the monkey. Like, he makes banana tokens, and I love it. I don't know where you're supposed to find the banana tokens. Like, is the set gonna come with them? Do you just have to pretend that you have them? I don't know. I guess maybe. Let's see if they've added any tokens beyond... Nope, they just have the 46 for the themes of the packs, so I don't know. I am not sure. Let's see, here's one of the anime ones. This one's a common, but the only listings for it at the moment are quite expensive. But it looks like it's been selling for about 12. But yeah, people seem pretty excited about all of the anime art. Some of them are actually pretty cool looking. Let's see. See, there's Tragic Slip is a pretty good common as well, and it's got, you know, the anime art on it. A lot of them, the flavor text has to do with the art too. Like, there's also Lord of the Accursed, which has the anime art, but it's also just a really good zombie card. I kind of want it for my zombie deck. I haven't played my zombie deck in, like, a long time, but it'd be kind of fun to, you know, stick that in there. See, we just got a lot of little, like, silly guys and stuff, and then more. This one's funny. It's one of the cards that makes it so you can't cast more than one spell per turn. Nobody can. But, you know, they made it with the anime art that I'd say is a pretty good difference from the other printings. And so, like, it was already, like, a decent one, you know? I mean, like, for an uncommon dollars, you know, pretty alright. This one, the only listings are quite expensive, but it's selling at, like, $5. So, I can imagine it'll just be 2 or 3 after release, but with it having the special art, it's hard to know for sure which way it's gonna go, because people really do appreciate, you know, like, the unique art, but it's still, like, it is a reprint, so who knows? It'll probably, it has a pretty decent reason to, you know, become the most expensive version of the card, but it's interesting to, you know, watch and see if it's going to stay, like, as a more valuable card, or if the reprint will overall take the price down. Alright, we've got our first order for tonight. We have 2 Silver Tempest for Jason. I guess I should move that out of the way. There we go. Let's go ahead and see what we can get for you tonight. Hopefully some good spice. For our first pack, we have Pharaoh Seed and Zygarde. Not quite the spice we wanted there. There's a code card. And then for the second pack, got Worker and a Noivern. Unfortunately, not much spice there, but we will go ahead and get those added into your stack. Both of the rares were Dragon type. Which, now that I think about it, why is like the dog form Zygarde Dragon type? I don't understand. I don't understand. We will get those added into your stack. There we go. Oh, also, I forgot to mention it, but we got some more Silver Tempest ETBs on the board, so we have those again. It was kind of funny. After stream, like, I asked about getting more of them, and then I realized that I still have a few of them. They were just, like, behind something on my little shelf here that I keep my sealed product on, and I was like, oh, whoops, looks like I do have a couple more ETBs. So those are back on the board. But once those run out, I'll probably be able to pick up a few more too, though. So we're doing pretty alright in terms of the Silver Tempest stuff. So I'll probably still pick up more of the ETBs around the time that I get the new Japanese set. So, oh goodness, I keep yawning. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to. My brain is just like, sleep. You should sleep. I'm like, no, I don't want to sleep yet. It's like, I mean, I like to sleep, but I still have a lot I want to do tonight. Like, stream for a few hours, and then probably want to do some TCG Player too. I need to add a lot of inventory to TCG Player, but I've been very much taking my time to get through it. I mean, I was supposed to do a lot of it last week, and I just kind of didn't. Like, I don't know. I just never really took the time to. But one of these days, I will get around to adding a bunch of stuff on TCG Player. I mean, I got like a little bit of stuff added yesterday. I got this whole little stack right here added to TCG Player. But I've got a lot of other little stacks of stuff that need to go on there. So wish me luck in one day finding time to actually put stuff on there, maybe. And like, I realize though, it's like, I'm only going to be getting busier in the next, you know, while. So I really should like take care of TCG Player stuff now, but we'll see what I actually get around to doing. I'm pretty good at being constantly busy and having lots to do, but we all know that's just because that's what I like. I very much enjoy keeping extremely busy. Alright, I'm going to check orders again. See if we've got anything else. No, it doesn't look like it. So that means let's look more at the new Magic set. So they did also do some cool planeswalkers. We've got the Kazmina and Arlen, which only have really expensive listings too. They're also like uncommons. I think this one's going for like 4, but the only one listed is 2624. little bit more expensive. And then yeah, there's the Arlen. Oh, we got an Emancipation Angel with the anime art. Pretty fancy. Oh my goodness. I don't even know. I'm very excited about them reprinting Vito. No new art or anything though. It's just expensive because there's only expensive listings. Then you know, all the stuff with the anime art is definitely kind of, you know, the more expensive stuff. I like how its current listings are $52. And the one that sold was for $2.39. An earlier stream. I don't know that it's necessarily earlier, but it's not as late as sometimes. I mean, I've been doing quite a few like 1 a.m. streams, but tonight's stream was before midnight by 15 minutes. It's after midnight now, but like it's fine. It's fine. it's okay. Let's see, where's some of the other ones with Koi? See, there's another one of the anime ones. Got the anime magnifying glass, the play crafter. This one is one I kind of want to use for my sacrifice deck. And then we did get a bunch of the Urza's lands, which are kind of exciting. It's cool to see those reprinted. I love this Planeswalker Obnix list. My only problem with them reprinting it is I like literally just bought one for a deck. And now I'm like, well, I'm going to be opening a lot of this set, so I'm going to have a bunch of these. But the thing is, it's actually a pretty playable card in my opinion, because whenever your opponents draw cards, they get hurt, and then you can use him to also destroy some creatures, and then it makes the controller of those creatures draw 2 cards, so they lose life, and it's funny. Oh my goodness. Bedtime is technically at midnight. Well, I'm glad that you were able to join us for tonight. I mean, yesterday I started at like 11:30, so slightly earlier than tonight. Not by a ton though. But yeah, I mean, technically it's not like it was an expensive card. In the original printing is like 50 cents, you know, but new Japanese promo Zard. I probably haven't seen it because I get most of my news about new cards from you. At least in terms of the, like, Japanese stuff. Alright, so we've got a different Zard V-Star. I'm not totally sure what I think about the art, but it is definitely a new one. I don't know why it says it's $92, but okay. Does it have like a lot of stuff, or is it just it's the 2 decks? Oh, that's a trippy way to look at it. It's got that like transparent background. Oh, it's like it looks like reminds me of like the Battle Academy boxes, but you know, with Charizard and Rayquazas. I like that we've got the cool coins too. Those are kind of nice. How's the car situation going? So the Jeep is just done for. Like it straight up quit. After my dad and I tried to fix some stuff, it didn't really work. It like sometimes it'll start, but at some point it always stops. And sometimes when it stops, it decides not to start back up for a while. So it's kind of a lost cause currently. But thank goodness my older brother decided to buy himself a new car last week. And so now my parents are letting me use the Altima that he was driving until next August, which is when my younger brother turns 16, and then he'll need the Altima to drive to school. So I have until then to find myself a new car, which I'm not excited about, but at least I have something to drive until then. So it's something. Didn't work out, you know, how I would have liked it to, but at least I have something to drive. As long as I've got a way to drive to work, at least for now. I'll get the rest of it figured out eventually. Hopefully. We will hope for the best. Alright. Let's see. Oh no, that's not the one I want to click. We're gonna go back to looking at the Jumpstart set. See if we can find some more of the ones with really cool art. Apparently there are like 800 plus cards in this set, so there's a lot to look at. But you know, we'll focus on the more spicy stuff. Cause there's definitely some stuff that's a little bit more spicy. Towering Gibbon. What does a Towering Gibbon do? Oh my goodness, it's just a monkey. His reach and his power is equal to the greatest mana value among creatures you control. That's kind of funny. I would totally put that in my Galta deck, because if I have Galta out, it just becomes like a 12-4. It's just a silly guy, and it's just a little monkey! I love it. It's great. Just a silly guy. Then we got like a dragon. Draw a card off of it. That's not bad. Oh my goodness. I'm trying so hard not to yawn, and I think it's just making me yawn more. We did also get a new Blood Artist, which I was excited about because I love Blood Artist. It is such a nice card. So, hey, welcome. Nice to have you lurking in the chat. Making some pizza. Nice. Very nice. I'm guessing you weren't here earlier when I mentioned it, but we had our work party today at the game store owner's restaurant. It's like this really fancy sushi and steak place. But he remembered from last time that I'm a really picky eater, and so he let me get pizza. He ordered me some Little Caesars. So, you know, I was just in this really fancy restaurant just like eating my Little Caesars pizza. It was pretty great. He had some too though, so you know, we enjoyed our Little Caesars pizza in the really fancy restaurant. It was kind of funny. Disciple of Perdition. What does this one do? It dies. If you have exactly 13 life, I can do both of these things. Otherwise, I can only do one. Draw a card, lose a life. Exile target opponent's graveyard. That player loses 1 life. That's interesting. It's pretty simple what it does. But, like, you know, it's interesting how they set it up. Got Ruin in their wake. Search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into the battlefield tapped if you control a land named Wastes. Otherwise, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Intriguing. Free food, yes. Since it was our work party, the owner of the store provided us with food from his restaurant, except for me, who he got me a Little Caesars pizza. So, yeah, I didn't even have to buy it. I just had to show up and eat the pizza, and I had some French fries too. All right, let's see. I think we're on to the next page now. Let's see. Oh my goodness. It just cracks me up how like there are almost no listings, so everything is just ridiculously expensive. I don't know why the pictures won't load on these 3, but I guess we will just continue on. Oh, that's pretty. I like that one. Oh, that's cool. It's a landfall card. I kind of want to make a landfall land deck, but I haven't like fully committed to it yet. I like how the dragon's theme token is just listed for $7. Same with the Urza's one. Looks like most of the theme cards are listed for that much. That's funny. This guy looks silly. Whenever a creature is dealt damage by Dread Slaver, this turn dies. Return to the battlefield under your control. And there's a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Oh. I might just have to add that to my zombie deck too. That's kind of funny. I like it. I like it. Oh, we got another Blessed Sanctuary. This was printed in the original Jumpstart too, so I've get a few copies of it, but it looks like I'll be getting even more. Got this little silly rat. Got a fancy Johnny Planeswalker. Got this random spooky cleric. Sir Alnora. It's been a while since I printed that. Last one was, or the only other printing I think, was in Eldraine, which came out a good little bit. You know, you secret very slightly. No, it's actually been a little bit since I have had any cards to eat. I think it might have been the Drapion was the last one. We haven't seen Blazer in a little bit, so fortunately I've been safe from eating cards. So it's been a little while since I've eaten any cards, which I can't say I mind too much. All right, let's see. Oh, we got a Shimmer Dragon. Is this the one that was in Eldraine too? Yes, it was. But apparently they also just reprinted in a deck. That's interesting. It's always so interesting to me when they like reprint something once and then reprint it again immediately thereafter. And that is why it's gone down from like a $7 to like a $4 card. It does make sense for it to have gone down. Two reprints. If one wasn't enough, they were like, nah, let's print it twice. Silly Wizards of the Coast. We got another Gravecrawler. They reprinted that in the Double Masters 2022, which was a few months ago, but you know, it's a pretty playable card. I like that we got another Avenger of Zendikar. That one's kind of fun. I don't know if they've only, I think they printed it once or twice. Oh no, they reprinted it in some Commander decks. Oh, never mind. That was a lot more than 1 or 2 printings. I was just wrong. Let's see, in terms of, so it's in the original Commander Legends. I don't know how I missed that. It looks like it's in a handful of decks and stuff, mainly. I do also like that we got the cool Secret Lair art one. That one's pretty nice. Yeah, so we got more of those. Aftershock. Intriguing. I like this little Gnarlid. He's just a silly guy. Demon of Catastrophes. Whenever an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature flying in trample. Alright. I kind of like this because it would be cool in my Kalia deck because it would be versatile. It'd be something that I could afford to cast regularly, but I could also, you know, just bring it onto the battlefield using Kalia and I wouldn't have to worry about the sacrificing and would still have like a flying trample 6/6, which is fantastic. So like, that's pretty solid. Sushi, steak, and pizza! Yeah, everybody else had like their sushi and steak. I had me some pizza. Though they did have me try this one thing that I don't remember what it was called exactly, but apparently it was squid. And I don't know, I just tried not to think about it because they told me I should try it, so I was like, fine. And like, it was breaded and the breading was nice, but it was really chewy, which made me super uncomfortable. But have you seen the Gold Dialga Altart? I don't know that I have. That sounds new, but I'm intrigued to see this now. They put so many crazy cards in this set. It amazes me how they just keep pumping out more, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this set is just, I'm going to never have money again. But I mean, you know, like, I can't say that's too surprising considering how much I am kind of obsessed with trading cards. But it seriously looks like it's gonna be a pretty insane set. I'm not gonna lie. We got another Selfless Spirit. That one's always a nice card. I like that we're getting some more Hydras. I kind of want to build a Hydra deck. Like, I found a Hydra commander and I was like, oh, this is kind of tempting. So I might build a Hydra deck, and all of the Hydras in here would be nice. See, I guess this one's been printed before, and Conspiracy Take the Crown. So I probably already have one of these because I have an absurd amount of cards from both of the Conspiracy sets. V-Star Dialga Gold Altart. Oh my goodness, that sounds like extremely spicy. I want my friends to like sushi even though she hates fish. Wow. That does sound pretty impressive, I won't lie. Liking sushi but hating fish. Man, that's quite the confusing complication. That's funny. Ooh, a new Massacre Worm, which is another card that I just barely got one of. So I guess I'm like, this set is making me regret so many of the cards that I've recently gotten because they're reprinting so many things that I literally just barely got. Like Goldspan Dragon, I finally got one like a couple weeks ago. And then they're like, surprise, we're reprinting it. I was like, oh, so if I just waited for like 2 more weeks? Okay then. I could have gotten Massacre Worm, and I mean the Goldspan I just pulled as a list card, but I did also open a box of Kaldheim hoping to pull a second one, but then they're like, surprise, we're just reprinting it. So there you go. So yeah, that's that. I don't know why it's showing us some of the same cards over and over again. Maybe that's why there's so many. Warped Landscape, search for a basic land. Oh, okay, those are handy cards. We got more of the theme cards. Then just, you know, as our forest, random forest. They print a lot of lands in these sets. What's interesting is the last Jumpstart set, you could pull cards in it from the actual set, but you could also pull cards from Core 2021. But this Jumpstart set is entirely just cards from this set. There's nothing from other sets, but it's tons of reprints of older stuff. Mystic Skyfish, he's so silly. I love it. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, he gains flying. That's like kind of not a good card at all. They printed it in Core 2021. So this is our first reprint of it. He's just a silly guy though. Got lots of other random cards that are listed for a ton, despite being like 25-cent cards. Ooh, we got another. This is one of those ones that I just trying to pronounce it does not go very well. Yellow of Sea and Sky. This is printed in Modern Horizons 2, which was one of the first sets that I opened a ton of, so kind of fun to see that one again. Let's see. Time to devour the pizza! Enjoy your pizza, Pokestar. I certainly enjoyed my pizza tonight. It was pretty funny that he let me have pizza, but it was great. I enjoyed it. I like that we're getting some more Snowlands in this set. Snowlands are interesting. They haven't printed a ton of them, but like there are a lot of cards made to play like exclusively with Snowlands. It would be interesting to try to, you know, play something with that. I just definitely don't own enough of the cards that, you know, you play with Snowlands. So it'll be kind of fun to get some more of that kind of stuff from in here. Man, there's so many reprints. There's the silly Marfolk one again. Got the Wildborn Preserver. I believe this is from Eldraine as well. Yeah, we got another reprint from Throne of Eldraine. I like how the only listing is $23. Funny, very funny. This is a reprint from Neon Dynasty. Some silly rats. Nice. The one new like legendary creature rat that they put in here is pretty spicy. I definitely am gonna want to add it to my rat deck when I get one. I also have another reprint of the Ogre Slumlord. This is like a staple with rats, but you know, they did give it a new art. I think it's supposed to be like an anime art, but I don't know. I'm not 100% certain, but I think so. So we got a new Priest of the Bloodrite. What was this? Magic Origins and a deck and the Game Night Free-for-All. Okay, so that one came out in the Free-for-All that they just recently printed. I got me a box of that. It has some cool cards in it. I'm curious. I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna get distracted from the jump start now. Magic Game Night Free-for-All. I'm curious where all the cards from this are sitting right now. This one was around 20 at release. Looks like it's just gone down a little bit. It's the only printing of this card though, but it's a really nice one for elves. Yes. So that one's kind of cool. And, you know, it's exclusive to being printed in here so far. We also have this silly zombie giant that went down a little bit, but then went back up. 20. Sat around town 10, down to 5, then back up to 10. That was not too bad. Kind of an interesting one. Oh, see, that would actually be kind of cool for my sacrifice deck or my zombie deck. But I think I'd probably put it in my sacrifice deck because I like my sacrifice deck better. My sacrifice deck, I forgot how good it was, and then I played it like a couple times in the last few weeks, and I'm like, oh, this deck is actually really strong. Like, I've been so distracted playing my Kalia deck because that's my favorite deck right now. But like, you know, I became aware again of how good my sacrifice deck is. And like, I'm trying to decide, like, it's a really good deck and it plays really well the way it is, but there's some cards that I think would be really synergistic with it that I'm tempted to put in, but like, I also don't want to like ruin how good it's been lately. So I'm extremely unsure of how to proceed. So it looks like we got this guy too. He's sitting around 10. Just a silly kobold shaman, but I like him because he makes dragons cost less. And that is obviously why a lot of people like him. In addition, Whenever he attacks, if you control 3 or more dragons, he turns into a dragon with power toughness 5/5 and gains flying. So that's just kind of silly, but pretty OP. I think it's nice. We also got the Villas reprint. This one is a demon. He's an 8/8 with flying, and whenever you use life, you draw that many cards. So that's kind of cool. You get a lot of card draw from him. I actually wanted to put this in Kalia, but I just never got around to it. See, and this one was printed in Core 2020. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was an older set than that they originally printed him in. Doesn't look like the reprint like hurt his value too much. Maybe went down like a couple dollars. But yeah, I need to actually go through all my cards from when I bought this and use them in decks, because I bought it because of so many of the cards. I was like, oh, this will be great in decks. I also got this new Siren that I didn't actually pay much attention to this even existing originally, but it's like $5 or $6. Not bad. Then this one's an angel. Means you turn equip creatures you control of indestructible. Oh my goodness! I need this. I have it, so that's good. But so I need more hidden astral. Let me like reach deep into my mind real quick. Astral Radiance. Where could I have some? Could I have any? I don't know, I feel like maybe some of the collection boxes I have would maybe have some, but I don't know that I just have like single packs. Let's see, what about this box? Is that an Astral Radiance? Looks like I have in my Deoxys and Zorora V-Star boxes. There's a pack of Astral. That's probably like it. I don't believe I have any extra ETBs, but I might be able to pick up some more Astral Radiance like next week. Maybe like an ETB or two. I actually don't remember for sure if we have any more, but I can definitely check and look into getting some more. But yeah, I think the only packs I have right now are just the ones that are going to be inside some of the collection boxes that I've got at the moment. But yeah, so as I was saying with this, so for my commander group, we're doing this Secret Santa thing where we're making budget decks, and then we're going to do like a white elephant, and everybody's, you'll know, will exchange decks, and we'll end up with a new like commander deck. And so I've been working on my deck for it. I'll actually be working, so I won't get to participate in the whole thing, but they still said that I could contribute a deck and get a deck. And so, for the deck that I was thinking about doing for it, I ended up building like an equipment deck, which you know, equip them with cards that'll make them stronger and be able to do more. And so this would be extremely valuable to that deck. But I ended up really liking the deck, so I'm really tempted to just, like, keep it and then build a different deck. But ultimately what I decided I'm going to do is I made a deck list for the whole deck. And so I'm going to use that deck list to build my own deck. And see, the thing was, like I mentioned, they were very budget. Like, it was, like, about a $30 to $35 budget, though it could be less. I think my deck, I mean, I was looking at like a couple different websites for prices, and one of them said it was a $45 deck, the other said it was $25, so I'm like, that's like close enough to $35. So I was like, all right, you know what, I'll just make myself a non-budget one using whatever I want, but still using like those cards that are what made me so excited about this deck. So I might have to include this in my deck that I'm building for myself. These Scarlet Violet games. I've heard about them, but I definitely haven't played them myself. Dragon Tempest. That's pretty good for an uncommon. Let's see, whenever a creature with flying enters the battlefield under control, it gains haste until the end of turn. Whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under control, it deals X damage to any target where X is the number of dragons you control. That's funny. I like that. And it's only a 2-drop. There are definitely some decks that would be very applicable too. Like, I wouldn't mind it for Kalia, but there's so many different, like, I have so many angels and demons in there too that there probably aren't enough dragons for this to always be super helpful. We always love more Path to Exile and Swords to Plowshare printings, counter spells, classic. I like this. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. That's pretty funny. You could do some good stuff with that. Colossus Hammer. I actually needed another one of these, so I guess I'm just gonna have to figure out where it's at, and because that was one of the cards that I needed for my deck. So I guess one of these might have be like an equipment-based deck. Cause see, this is the deck, and most of the cards, all the cards I have right here are ones that I know that I either have more of or that I'm going to be replacing them with nicer stuff for the deck for myself. And so, you know, that's most of the cards in the deck I'm not worried about. But there were, I separated out this small pile of cards that I'm like, I need to figure out. Oh, I just realized I wasn't even showing you guys, because this silly thing is up. But yeah, so see, this is all the deck that I'm like, I either have all the cards from it that I want, or I'm going to be replacing them with better cards or cards that I like more. So like, I got all of those I'm not worried about. But then I pulled out, I think it's 6 cards total that I was like, oh, I don't know for sure if I'm going to be able to find them. And one of them was a Colossus Hammer, but it looks like I will have a Colossus Hammer with my Magic Game Night stuff, so I don't have to worry about that one anymore. So we'll just like slip that one back in with the rest of the deck. The bug glitch vids. Okay, that's intriguing. I might have to look into that after stream tonight. I'm definitely intrigued. But yeah, these are the other 4. Rogue's Passage is one that I know I should have more of. The problem is most of my cards are behind these shelves and therefore not currently accessible. So I don't know if I can actually get to where I would even find more Rogue's Passages. But we'll see. It's a great card. It's fun that makes stuff unblockable. And then with this one, this guy is just great, and I have a few decks that I want to put him in. But see, that's the problem. I have multiple decks I want to put him in, and I don't know how many of them I actually have. So I'm gonna have to look and see if I can find more of them, or I might just have to keep this one. Which is not vital to the deck, but it's a really nice addition that can definitely end the game a lot faster if you get it out, so it's cool. And then the Basilisk's Collar. I used to have a bunch of these, but I've used a lot of them, and so now I don't know if I have any more extras. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to make sure that I actually have some that I could use for my new deck. And then this one, which is a really random card from Core 2013. So this was printed like 9 years ago. And I think they reprinted it somewhere. But I actually have to figure out where they reprinted it and whether or not it's something I would have. So I gotta try and find if I, you know, have more of these 4 cards. But other than that, everything else that's in the deck, I'm not worried about letting go of. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to build my own equipment deck. It should be fun, and there's definitely a lot of really interesting cards you can play with it. But it's like Voltron, which is essentially, so the commander of the deck, this one guy in the front, is the main thing that I'm going to be equipping, because it's a really funny card. It's a 0 drop, so essentially you cast it for free, at least the first time. Once you have commander tax, it'll cost more, but literally on turn 1 you can always play this from the command zone. And then in addition to that, he has First Strike, Menace, and Trample. First Strike means that whenever he's either blocking or attacking and being blocked, that he deals damage to the other creature first, and so that if he kills that creature, then that creature doesn't deal any damage to him, and so they can't, like, you know, kill him. Then Menace means that he has to be blocked by one or more, that he has to be blocked by more than one creature. So if he's coming at a player and they only have one creature, they can't block him. That's funny. And then Trample is great because that's, even if he is blocked, if it would still deal excess damage, like over what it would deal to the creature, it'll still deal that damage to the player. And then so basically what I do is I just play a bunch of like equipments, such as, you know, like the Ring of Valkas, which gives him haste, so that means he can attack on the same turn I play him. And then it also, at the beginning of my upkeep, since he's red, I'll get to put a +1/+1 counter on it every turn. And so he just gets like super duper strong. And then commanders, if you deal more than 20 damage to an opponent using your commander, they just lose the game. Even if they still have life left, they just lose the game. And so that's what's really funny about Voltron commanders. So I think it turned out really cool. It's honestly quite funny. Let's see. I think we've got an order, so let me refresh stuff real quick. Battle taking place, and then NPC will walk in and start doing a weird dance, and then walking to the. Okay, I am quite intrigued. I'm definitely gonna have to look into this. Also, welcome, Pokesly. It's good to have ya. All right, it looks like we've got 2 Silver Tempest for Skip. Let's do it. I think I need to open a new box, so let me grab another one real quick. Let's see what we can get for ya out of here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look into some of these glitches. If I remember, I might watch those like while I'm working on TCG Player tonight, but I also might forget. I'll try not to forget though. No promises. I get distracted a lot. Alright, and we're saving the codes. I'm gonna remember that. I will make sure to save the codes. Alright, from our first pack, we have Kling and a Skuntank V. Not bad. There's the code. We will go ahead and sleeve up the Skuntank. Sadly, not the Altar. The Altar one is seriously so cute. Like, it's just a cute little silly card. Alright, and pack 2, we got Meditite and Kling Clang. And hide the code. I did it. Are you so proud of me? I actually hid the codes this time. So I'd say it's pretty alright overall. Getting 1 ultra rare out of 2 packs. So we'll go ahead and get those added into your stack. There we are. And we'll stick the bulk over there. There we go. And then we will refresh orders again real quick. Just to make sure that I didn't miss anything else. Nope, I think that is all for now. Alright. Should we look at more of the Magic Game Night cards? I think we're gonna look at more of the Magic Game Night cards until we get more orders. I wanna keep looking at what all I have been like ignoring from these. So it looks like next up we got the split decision. Choose instant or sorcery. Choose target instant or sorcery. Starting with you, each player votes for denial or duplication. If denial gets more votes, counter the spell. If duplication gets more votes or the vote is tied, copy the spell and you get to choose new targets for the copy. That's really funny. I love so everybody just like gets to decide together whether the spell is being countered or if you're just gonna copy it. That's hilarious. I love that. That's really silly. Then we got this silly dragon. I actually did take out this dragon and put it in my Kalia deck. It's fun because you can use it for a little bit of removal, and then you get a big 7/7 dragon too. Mana Geyser is kind of just a classic. It's always a good card. Got some other random interesting stuff, more like dragon support. That's actually pretty good. Some more elf cards. Lots of dragons. I always appreciate lots of dragons. Kalia has made me do that. Ooh, what does this one do? There's another Aura Equipment card. Oh. I guess I'm gonna have to take a bunch of stuff out of this for my equipment Voltron deck. Because this one, not only is it a flying double strike, but whenever it enters the battlefield, you can attach any number of aura and enchantments that you control to it, which is nice on its own. And then creatures you control get +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to Heavenly Blade Master. That is silly. That is very silly. I don't love that it's a 6-drop, but honestly it's okay, because one of my main 2 problems that I've had so far with the deck that I built is that everything is pretty low cost, so you run out of cards to play really quick. So like I need to add more high cost cards and more card draw. More card draw especially though, but like adding a couple cards like that one that are a little bit more to cast. is gonna definitely help the deck as well. Let's see, what does this one do? Is this more aura and equipment stuff? No, but it does get you a land. That is, we do like lands. And you can return it from your graveyard to your hand for 6 mana, which is a lot, but it's, I mean, you can get more lands that way, I guess. I think that's an interesting, oh, that's funny. We got some interesting equipments in here too. How convenient. I'm gonna have to pull a whole bunch of these out of there and use it for my own deck. I'm actually really excited. I guess I know what I'm doing after stream tonight. We're gonna be deck building for at least a little bit. I still have to sleep and do TCG player. Both of those need to happen at some point. And then, but maybe, I've got so many decks that I'm building right now, it's a problem. I should not be building as many decks as I am, but I enjoy it too much. But I've got a whole bunch of decks, so maybe I'll complete at least one more of them so that I can have something new to play tomorrow. That'll be fun. I also realized we got a handful of demons in here. Like, this one is fun. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, the player has to sacrifice a creature? Flying trample 7/7? That would be perfect for Kalia. Everybody would hate it, which is what makes it so great. I do quite appreciate that one. Trusty Machete. Nice. Got a Sarah Angel. Classic. Yeah, there's definitely some pretty solid cards in here. I'm excited to do stuff with some of these. Enters battlefield, create 2 treasure tokens. Not bad. I'm really excited to go through all of these now. Ring of Thune. That one sounds fun. Yeah, this is gonna be, we're gonna do some fun stuff. Do some fun, silly stuff. I like this bird illusion token. That also just looks cool. Oh man, now I'm way too excited about this. Ooh, this one, whenever it enters, you can attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. I love that. Especially for ones like I was telling you guys about, like the Colossus Hammer. Oh, I put it away though. But that one, it's a really expensive card to attach to a creature. I think it's like 8. You have to pay 8 mana to attach it to a creature, which, yeah, it's 8. But it gives them 10/10, and they do also lose flying, but what's so nice about this is this whole deck, the whole point of it is, you know, to make my commander as strong as possible to defeat people with, but also to be able to attach stuff to other creatures for cheap. And so I have some cards in there, like ones that'll make the equip cost go down to 1, or like decrease it by 2, or, you know, cards like the one we were just looking at that makes it so you can do it for free. Which is actually, this is a multi-commander deck. The reason that it has red and white in it is because it's partner commanders. The second one is great because at the beginning of combat, on my turn, I can attach any number of auras and equipments I control to target permanent or player. So pretty much every time my combat starts, I can just attach any amount of auras and equipments that I want that are on my board to him for free. And it's so funny. I absolutely love it. I am kind of like unsure now about using this as my deck for the Christmas thing, since I'm building one for myself too, but I don't think they'll be too upset. Cause I mean, I also feel like it's a really effective deck. Like, as I was playtesting it, I'm like, this just works. I'm really excited about it. So I hope whoever gets it likes it and that it plays well for them too. And I'm just going to enjoy making one for myself as well, because it just turned out that good. And I did kind of want to build a red and white deck for myself, so it works out. Though I kind of also probably gonna still build another deck in those colors for myself. I don't remember what the commander was that I found that I wanted for it, but I found one and I was like, ooh, I want that one. So just, you know, have to remember what commander that was, and I'll build it eventually. But I've really been enjoying playing black, white, and red lately, so I've been building a lot of decks in those colors, because my Kalia deck is those colors. And my precon that's ridiculously overpowered is those colors. And then I'm going to build So the precon that I play, I got another one of the precon that I'm going to actually upgrade and switch some of the cards out to see if I can make it better than the original precon, or if the original precon is just the best. And so that's going to be another deck in those same colors. And then I'm building that one that includes 2 of those colors. And then I'm going to be building another one that includes 2 of those colors. And I'm going to have a lot of decks with those colors, which I guess they're really fun to play together. And I've been experimenting with a lot of like interesting and different mechanics. And one of my other ideas for a deck is just a deck where every creature in it has just some really weird, random, wonky mechanic thing that it does, so that I can just try out tons of different types of like cards and abilities, and I think it should be fun. So I'm quite looking forward to that, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let me refresh orders again. I think we're probably gonna wrap up soon. Been pretty slow, but been streaming for about an hour. So this is a pretty solid, just little stream for us tonight. And yeah, I should probably do Thursday will be my next stream. Unless I decide to stream after Commander tomorrow, but I can't say chances are particularly high, because I'm gonna be so exhausted by the end of this week, because I was already working 5 days, and today was supposed to be my day off, and though I didn't technically have work, we did have the work party thing, which I had to get up and leave my house for. So I'm gonna be really tired by the end of the week. But then again, when am I not tired by the end of the week? I think, like, how I feel is if I'm not tired, like, so tired that I can barely stand up by the end of the week, then I didn't do it right. Because I just enjoy being busy way too much. So I do like to have a lot of stuff going on, but it does make me tired. But yeah, we should have some exciting stuff going on for the rest of this week. I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. And I think we might just wrap it up there. I feel like it's a little early to wrap up, but I really want to go build decks now. So I think that's what I am gonna do. But it was great having you guys. I hope you guys all enjoy, and then you guys have a great night, and I will see you next time.